everyone, I am Teacher Elcana. How are you today? I hope everyone is doing fine and felt comfortable from where you are. Join with me to the adventure of exciting new lesson today. But before we're going to tackle our new lesson, I want to know if you learned the lesson that was discussed yesterday. Does anyone can guess? Yes, very good. Note important details pertaining to character, setting, and event. I will show you pictures, and what you're going to do is identify whether it is character, setting, and event. Are you ready? Let's start. Very good. Fantastic. You've got the right answer. It's a setting. I am going to show you a video about the sequence of human life from childhood to become an old. Observe how does it change.
Mamma kan fly som fuglen, og det er det som er målet, tenker jeg.
Jeg har alltid hatt lyst til å utfordre naturen, så jeg prøver å komme på flyskole etter videregående. Men det gikk ikke, så da ble det til at jeg jobbet i Nordsjøen. Var en slags pioner der, før jeg gifta meg og fikk barn. Anders og Line. Line fikk akkurat en datter. Hun lignet på kona mi. Hun gikk bort i vinter. Det er ikke så lett. Men sånn er jo livet. Nå gleder jeg meg over å kjenne duften av gresset, årstiden. Hadde ikke tid til det før. Man får sanse så lenge man har de, leke som barnet. Snart er det min tur til å fly, mamma.
How does the timeline shows? Yes, correct. Nice idea. It shows the gradual sequence of the human life cycle. From baby, middle age, until he reach old. Today, we will going to learn about the sequence of events of the story that we're going to listen this moment. Before you listen the story, I am going to introduce to you the words from the story that we are going to tackle. Jungle. The jungle is a land covered with dense forest and tangled vegetation, usually in a tropical climate. Mouse. A mouse is the baby of the rat. It's known to have a pointed snout, a body length of scaly tail, and a high breeding rate. Angry is an intense emotion state involving a strong, unaffordable, and non-cooperative response to perceived provocation, hurt, or threat. Little, a small size or extent. We are done simplifying some of the hard words to understand. And you are to listen a story about the lion caught the mouse. What question you are expected to learn from the story? I know that you can raise different questions you want, but I think this is the best question that we need to consider. What will happen to the mouse that being caught by the lion? But how are we going to behave in listening to the story? Here are some standards to be followed. Listen at your teacher keenly. Do not talk to others while the teacher is discussing in front. Are you excited to listen our story? I'm sure you are. Today, we're going to listen to a story about the lion and the mouse. The lion and the mouse. We all know that the lion is the king of the jungle. Once the lion was fast asleep, when the little mouse runs up and down to him. And this awakened the lion. He was angry and caught the mouse with his huge paw. Then he opened his big mouth and swallowed him. But the rat says, "Please forgive me, O King of Jungle. I shall never forget your kindness. I may be small, but who knows, but someday I may be turned to some kind of help you." The lion laughed and took pity and set the mouse free. A few days later, the lion got caught in the hunter's net. He roared, but no one helped him. But suddenly, the little mouse ran towards the lion. Immediately, the mouse started cutting the net with its tiny teeth. Soon, the lion was free and thanked the little mouse. Thereafter, they became friends. The moral lesson that we've got on this is, a friend in need is a friend indeed. I'm sure you can answer the questions that was raised a while ago. What will happen to the mouse that being caught by the lion? The lion would set the mouse free. In return, the mouse saved the lion from being captured by the hunters. Who are the characters of the story? The lion and the mouse. What are the story all about? The story is all about the friendship of the mouse and the lion. How the lion and the mouse were both friends. The lion and the mouse became friends by helping each other and considering the fault of others. If you were the lion, will you let the mouse free? Why? Of course, if I were the lion, I will set the mouse free because the mouse is very petty. If you were a mouse, will you going to help the lion from being captured by the hunters? And why? If I were the mouse, I am going to help the lion from being captured by the hunters because even the lion is huge, but still he needs help. So I'm going to help the lion. In doing good acts in our fellows, it would result blessing. Based on the story that you listened, what pictures happened first? Second, and what pictures happened last? Put number 1 on the picture that happened on the first, and put number 2 on the second event of the story. Label 3 on the picture that happened last. Here are the right sequence of the story you just listened a while ago. Who get the right answer? Wow! Almost of you got the correct answer. You nailed it. In group 1, you are going to receive pictures from me that you are going to arrange it based on the story you listened. Arrange the pictures that happened first, second, and third. Label each pictures accordingly with letters A, B, and C. Put letter A of the picture that happened first. Put letter C on the pictures that happened on the last. Paste your output on the cartolina or send it on the messenger account. In group 2, I will give you 3 pictures also and 3 strips of papers that written the events of the story. Pair the strip papers of each corresponding pictures. Sequence according to the event of the story you listen. In group 3, I will give you the group of strip of papers that noted the event of the story you watched. And you are going to draw according to what is asked on the strip. Arrange the strip with the pictures based on what had happened on the story. Label it 1, 2, 3. And put number 1 on the story that happened first, and so on. All the groups must assign who will be the leader and the secretary. The groups will create their own names and cheers to be presented on their reports. After those, the group leader will present their output in front, and they will going to explain how they arrange it accordingly. What you have learned from our discussion. How do we sequence the events of this story? Very good. You have a nice answer. To evaluate how you learned the lesson, I will going to play a video story. After watching the story, you are going to sequence the given pictures and put number 1, 2, 3 on it. Put 1 on the pictures that happened first and put 3 on the black that signifies the last event of the story.
Once there were 2 boys, Jack and Louis, who lived in a village near Oldenburg. Jack was 6 years old, while Louis was 10. They were very close friends and spent most of their time together. One day, as an adventure, they went a little too far away from the village. And while they were running around and exploring, Louis fell into a well. He started screaming because he didn't know how to swim and thought he would drown and die. Jack panicked and looked around for help, but there was no one to help them. Then suddenly he saw a bucket tied to a rope lying nearby. Without wasting any time, Jack threw the bucket into the well and asked Louis to hold it. The moment Louis held the bucket, Jack started pulling up the rope. He kept pulling and pulling until Louis was out of the well. They were happy and cheering each other, and ran quickly towards their home. When they told their families and the villagers about the event, nobody believed them, because Jack was too young and weak to even lift a bucket full of water. Hence, nobody believed that he could have pulled out Louis from the well. But only Uncle Peter believed them. Uncle Peter was an old and experienced man whom the villagers took seriously. So they asked him how could this be possible. Uncle Peter laughed and said, "What is there to explain? The boy is already telling you how he did it. He threw the bucket inside and pulled the rope to save his friend. What is strange here is how did he manage to gather so much strength? This was because at that time there was nobody to tell him that he couldn't do it. Even he himself was not in a position to think so." He added, "The only one who can empower you is yourself. In fact, you can do it, if you think you can do it." The villagers realized then how important it is to believe in yourself.
In your assignment, let your mother tell a story. Sequence the story by drawing the first, second, third event. Write it on the clean band paper. So this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson discussion. This is Elcana de Quimada at Valencia City Central School, Valencia City, Bukidnon. See you next time.